Lena was excited to finally try the new Uber app for her late-night ride home from the party. She opened the app and saw a car already heading towards her location. The driver was listed as Michael, with a profile picture that looked friendly enough. As she waited on the curb, everything seemed normal and the city was strangely silent. Suddenly, her phone buzzed with a new message in the Uber app alerting her to be cautious. The message read, "Your driver looks different from the profile picture," and Lena felt a strange chill. She stared at her phone, feeling a rising sense of unease. Just then, the car pulled up, but it was an old, battered vehicle with tinted windows that seemed to glow eerily in the dim streetlight. Lena hesitated for a moment but then decided to get in, telling herself it was just her imagination. The door swung open, revealing a driver wearing a strange, crooked smile with shadowed eyes. He nodded softly and said, "Hop in a voice that sounded distorted and hollow. Lena hesitated but then entered, closing the door quickly behind her. As the car started moving, she noticed the GPS was glitching, rerouting to unfamiliar, deserted streets. She tried to unlock her phone to call for help, but the screen froze and the signal disappeared. The driver suddenly spoke, his tone now cold and menacing. "You're not supposed to see this." Lena's heart pounded as she looked around and saw strange symbols carved into the dashboard and seats. The vehicle's interior was filled with dark, greasy smudges that looked like dried blood. She screamed for him to stop, but the driver only chuckled softly, revealing crooked yellow teeth. The car suddenly lurched to a halt, and the driver turned to her with a sinister grin, saying, "This is where the real ride begins." Lena tried to open the door, but it was jammed tight, as if it was sealed shut by some dark force. A chilling whisper echoed through the car, whispering her name in a raspy voice. She looked up and saw the rearview mirror reflecting a distorted face that wasn't her own. Panic overwhelmed her as she remembered the Uber app and she frantically tried to cancel the ride. But the app was unresponsive, stuck on a black screen that flickered like a dying flame. Suddenly, the car started moving again, faster than before, towards a dense, fog-shrouded forest. Lena could see twisted, leafless trees looming closer through the fog, casting long, sinister shadows. She begged the driver to let her go, her voice trembling, but he only laughed wildly in the darkness. The windows suddenly fogged up, and she could make out faint, ghostly faces pressed against the glass. Those faces seemed to reach out towards her, mouths open in silent screams. Lena's mind raced, desperately searching for a way out, feeling trapped in a nightmare she couldn't wake up from. In a sudden burst of courage, she kicked the door handle and managed to open the door mid-ride. She scrambled out into the cold night air, running blindly through the forest, her heart pounding in her chest. Branches clawed at her clothes as she leapt over fallen logs and dodged between trees. Behind her, she heard the revving of the car engine, racing to catch her in the shadows. She didn't dare look back. Her only thought was to escape the horrors of that haunted ride. Finally, she burst out onto a busy street and flagged down a passing police car for help. Breathless and trembling, she told them everything. The strange driver, the ghostly faces, the sinister symbols. The officers listened carefully, then looked at her with concern, promising to investigate. That night, Lena never used the Uber app again, but she couldn't forget the chilling experience. Sometimes she still dreams of that crooked, smiling driver and the dark woods in the mirror's reflection. And even now, she wonders if that ride was just a terrible nightmare or something much darker lurking in the shadows.